Visiting the Windsor South Blue Sox and your home team for tonight, your Oakville Whitecaps. Starting pitcher for Oakville tonight, number 11, Justin Abbott.
Welcome to the Junior Provincials Championship in Oakville. A game between the Oakville Whitecaps and the Windsor South Blue Sox. My name's Chris Fournier. I'm here with Steve Ogden. Steve, welcome to another beautiful night of baseball.
Gorgeous night. Great to be here. Should be a fantastic game.
So first up for Windsor, we've got Devin Fry, number 44. Steve, there's been a lot of weather issues, 2-hour delay today. That's why this game's so delayed.
Mother Nature has not cooperated today, has it, Chris?
No, but again, excellent opportunity. Shout out for the city of Oakville for how they've been able to keep the field playable and get the games in today.
Absolutely.
Pitching for Oakville is Justin Abbott. Catching is number 10, Clayton Wintler.
We got Justin finds the strike zone. 3 balls, 1 strike. Sets in for the windup. Hard cut by number 44 Fry. Foul ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Count is full. Justin settling in here. Getting the sign. And hard hit to short. A little bit of a bobble there. Gathered nicely by the left fielder.
That one looked like it had some eyes.
It did. We'll see how they score that one. Well hit ball, nonetheless. Next up to bat, number 19, Kaylee. And he takes, and he's still second. Clayton thought about throwing, but he had too good of a jump. I believe that was ball 1. And he's, strike 2, and snap, throw down to third. Safe. Close call. Nice throw by Clayton, catcher Clayton.
I like how Windsor's aggressive, starting off the game.
Absolutely, they're not wasting any time on the base pads.
No, getting runner in position.
And he finds the strike zone there. 1 ball, 2 strikes to number 19, number 2 hitter, Kaylee. And could have our first run of the ball game. Hard hit ball to in between third and short. Sneaks by Windsor South, Blue Sox 1, Oakville nothing. Third up to bat, number 16, Ben Collins. Justin's been unlucky here. A couple hard hit balls, just perhaps a bit of nerves on Oakville's side, Chris?
Yeah, I thought that was a good hit ball,
Yeah.
but playable. Or at least be able to prevent the run from coming in from 3.
Very true. First pitch strike to Ben. Strike 2. And the runner takes off to second on strike 3. Throws a little late. Well thrown ball nonetheless. 1 out. Runner on second. And next up to bat, number 9, Tyler Trudell.
Good opportunity for Justin to settle down.
That's right.
Get this second out while we still have a runner in position to score.
Little high, ball 1. Justin's getting the sign from catcher Clayton. Comebacker right to the pitcher. He looks back, out at first. Runner from second advances to third, 2 outs.
Someone call that baseball 101. Hit the ball, advance the
True,
runner.
that's true. If only he could do that every time, right, Chris?
That's right. It's a good play on Justin, though.
Absolutely.
Keep his calm, realize he's got to still play at first, get the out.
Up next, number 25, Trevor. Nice pitch. Strike 1. Trevor's looking for that first pitch strike. And he gets a piece of it, just foul, squeaks foul on the first base side. No balls, 2 strikes to Trevor. What do you think here, Chris? What do you think he's going to throw?
My guess is high outside. Fastball. Oh, close.
Close. Just a little outside. Ball 1. 1 and 2 to Trevor. And he swings over top for strike 3.
Oh, a little confusion, but calmly.
And he goes, okay. I missed that. I was looking down at the the drop third strike.
Drop third strike, and Clayton casually threw the ball back to the pitcher, but all ends well with the third out.
Very good. No harm, no foul, I guess. Windsor South 1, Oakville Whitecaps 0. Heading into the bottom of the first inning. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce our community partners, MCS Cruises.
Or MSC.
Oh. What did I say?
MCS.
Did I? MSC. My apologies. And Domino's Pizza, of course. They might have to reevaluate before signing me up for before tomorrow's session.
I'm surprised they asked us to come back for the second
right.
show.
We're happy to be here. It's a lovely night in Oakville. Happy to get the game in as the lights turn on.
It's another beautiful day. Again, for those who are joining in, we had some weather issues earlier today, so all the games got delayed. So this game that was originally scheduled for 6:30 is about an hour late. So what was a 2-hour rain delay, we were able to make up about an hour at the time. So
not too bad. I'm happy to get the game in while it's still a little light out at least. I'm sure the players don't mind. It's cooled down quite a bit.
it was a warm one here today, very humid.
It was a scorcher today, as I'm sure it was across most of southern Ontario at least. We have pitching for the Windsor South, number 26, Lincoln Conley, and catching number 9, Tyler Trudell. So we'll get our first look at Lincoln in a second with his warm-up pitches. Looks like he has a bit of an armband issue. The Little League rules are, I think, Chris, if I'm not mistaken, pitchers are not allowed to have any sleeves, sweatbands, armbands on their throwing arm. Is that correct?
That's my understanding. I believe if it's part of the shirt, you can have it, but if it's a separate piece, I don't think they're allowing.
At any rate, he is properly suited up and ready to throw his first warm-up pitch.
So both teams coming off wins yesterday. Windsor, representing District 5, had a good win yesterday over the Mississippi Whitecaps, I believe.
I watched a bit of that game yesterday, Chris, and it was a bit of deja vu with the leadoff hitter getting on and then stealing second, stealing third, and then followed by the opening run. So I'll have to keep an eye on number 44. He's a bit of a speed demon.
Yeah. It's a beautiful day at the park here. Wind blowing out. Calming down a little windier before in the previous game.
And we have leading off for our Oakville Whitecaps, number 10, Clayton Wintler, left-handed batter. Chris, I think our request for more comfortable chairs fell on deaf ears.
Deaf ears. We might have to bring our own chairs tomorrow.
That's right.
Even the technical crew is not even using the chairs now. They're sitting on yellow boxes, if you can believe it.
And first pitch strike to Clayton. Right down the middle. That's Clayton eyes up. Getting ready for pitch 2. Wind up. And Clayton takes strike 2, looking. No balls, 2 strikes. And pitch 3, a little high and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
It's a good start for Lincoln, I think, getting ahead of the count.
So important in the bottom of the first after you put a run on the board to have a nice shutdown inning, perhaps. And Clayton drives one to right center field. Well gathered by the center fielder. Solid single.
That was a great read by the center fielder playing the shift. He was actually right.
Absolutely.
Perfect spot to grab the ball.
Well positioned, holds him to a single. Next up to bat, number 2 hitter, Ewan Carberry. As Clayton takes a generous lead. And he steps off and the throw back to first. Not in time. As Ewan gets the signals from third base coach Anthony Regato, settles in. And takes strike 1. Clayton continues to take a generous lead off first. And he takes off, and the throw to second is not in time. Clayton still second base.
Yeah, that was a good jump by Clayton. I think Clayton gave himself a good chance to get there. Pitch was high. Good pitch to throw down to grab him from the catcher.
He just had a very good jump. It's so hard to defend against that good jump. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ewan. He sees ball 2. 2 balls and a strike.
I think this Windsor team might have watched the game tape yesterday, Steve. I see the outfield is playing a pull.
Oh, yep. For those of you who didn't watch yesterday, Ewan hit a hard ball to right field.
I'm going to say left.
Oh, left field.
Left field on the pull.
My right, your left.
It's a long day for you,
My
Steve,
apologies,
today.
that's right.
Long day at work today.
It is Friday and it was a busy day.
That's why there's hired 2 of us.
That's right. We're keeping each other honest here. Or you're keeping me honest, Chris. That's the reality.
It'll come back to me.
As Clayton.
I promise.
Oh, and he takes a strike.
That's
3 ball. That was a tough pitch.
That was a tough one to watch.
Count is full. Connolly's worked it full. And here's the pitch. And hits it off the end of the bat. Slow roller to third. And the throw was not in time. And Clayton advances to third on the play. Ewan did his job, advancing the runner.
That was a tough play. Wasn't a hard hit ball.
No.
The third baseman did charge, but still, it was a lot of speed out of Ewan to get there at first, and Clayton read the play properly to get the third. I expect Ewan, I think, to maybe go to second here and test the catcher's arm.
I think so. Runners on the corners with our number 3 batter, number 15, Connor Waters. As Ewan digs in, and he takes off on the pitch, and there's no throw. Ewan safely in at second. Clayton remains on third. 1 ball, no strikes to Connor. And ball's a little low. Perhaps a little outside. 2 balls and no strikes. No out. Windsor South 1, Oakville Whitecaps 0. He settles in. And he finds the strike zone with a good pitch over the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Conley settles into just wind up. Little high. 3 balls and a strike.
It's a good spot for the Oakville batter now. 3-1 count.
Definitely hitters count. And he takes ball forward. Connor draws a walk. Bases are loaded. No out. Next up for Oakville, number 3, Willem O'Reilly.
Willem's one of 2 returning players to this team from last year. Connor, who was just up previous, was also a returning Whitecap.
That's a good point, Chris. These 2 bring a lot of leadership to the squad. And Willem takes first pitch ball. A little low and outside. And the delivery. Ball 2.
Windsor appears to be playing a modified in the corners and back in the middle. Oh, looks like they're not going to hold the runner now with 3 anymore. So assume in at the corners, and they're going to play for a double ball in the middle. Double play ball, that is.
And the wind up. And he takes ball 3. Pitcher Conley's having a little bit of a tough time trying to find that strike zone. And the pitch. And he takes strike one.
Not sure if you had the green light there. It's hard to tell. I think early in the game, I would give him the green light. Your 4-spot hitter. Early in the game, no outs. Give him a chance to swing.
That's a good point, Chris. 3 balls and a strike to Willem. And he takes ball 4. Bases remain loaded as Clayton crosses the plate. Ball game is tied. Oakville 1, Windsor 1.
That'd be the announcer getting ahead of himself a little bit there, calling out number 6 when number 5 is up.
And we have a meeting at the mound.
That might be one of those just Friday night things. Long week. Everyone's just missing a little bit.
We're missing the marks, right?
Just a little bit.
We have maybe a little technical difficulty here with the camera. We'll get that rectified as soon as possible.
Might be a good time to let everyone know that if you're watching or if you're aware of the Game Changer app, this game is actually on Game Changer, one of the parents. A shout out to Tim King. He's our Game Changer, or Scott Wintler. One of the two are our Game Changer. What's the word I'm looking for there, Steve? Game Changer.
Aficionados, coordinators, quarterbacks, data entry person. Any of the above would work. They're doing yeoman's work doing that entry, though. All right. As Jordan settles in and takes strike 1. Bases remain loaded.
That Game Changer app, though, is amazing. We're using it here just to be able to follow some of the stats associated with this game.
And right back up the middle, past the pitcher. Nice play by the shortstop. Oh, it is safe.
Nice try.
Nice try. 1 run scores, Oakville 2, Windsor South 1.
So even though we didn't get the out at 2, he actually saved another run from coming in. So it was still a good play by the shortstop.
It was a great play. Showed great range on that play. Next up to bat, number 6, Thomas Fournier. Base is still loaded with no out. Real big opportunity here for Oakville. Put some runs early on the board. Put some pressure on Windsor. And he takes ball 1 high.
Coaches are warning the base runners, the line drives. Obviously with big leads here, it's one of those things that can get caught on.
That's right, and it does happen as Jordan takes ball 2, or Thomas takes ball 2.
So Lincoln's having a little bit of trouble here finding the strike zone, but still remaining in control. There's very few pass balls.
No.
I don't think there's been one yet.
None. Catcher's done a nice job of catching. And he finds it. His first strike of this at-bat. 2 balls and a strike to Thomas. Yeah, he's just missing. It just, from my vantage point, it just looks like he's maybe a couple balls outside or inside. And he takes ball 3, low and outside.
Another opportunity here for Oakville. This is a batter's count.
Lincoln settles in. And Thomas draws a walk. Outside, another walk. Another run scored. Oakville 3, Windsor 1.
Now batting number 11, Justin Abbott.
Now up for Oakville, number 11, Justin Abbott. Still no out, bases remain loaded. And first pitch is high. One ball, no strikes.
Yeah, Windsor's playing a very good shift over here. They pulled over the center field, almost to a rover spot.
They're definitely doing their homework. And the ball gets by on a wild pitch, and the runners remain in their spots. Pitcher Lincoln appropriately covers.
It's good hustle by Tyler. I think Tyler realizes from yesterday's game there's a lot of bounce off these screens here.
Yeah.
A little bit of hustle is going to prevent these runs from coming in from third.
No, he reacted well to that and saved a run. 2 balls, no strikes. As Justin takes ball 3. Another hitter's count. And he draws another walk. Ball 4. Another run scores.
Now batting number 25, Emmett Zahari.
And time is called, and I believe we might have a pitching change here, Chris.
Yeah, according to the game changer, looks like that was his 30th pitch. 30th. We'll hear from the announcers here. And Little League, if you're at 30, if you're after 20, then you have to have 1 night's rest.
Okay. What would the next threshold be?
Steve, as you asked me that question, I'll take a look at my cheat sheet here. The next threshold is 35. Sorry, 21 to 35, yeah. Okay. So 35, 50, and 65. Okay. And each threshold you hit, you actually need 1 extra night's worth of rest.
Okay.
Tim King joining us here in the broadcast booth. He's our game changer coordinator. An excellent job. We use the game changer here to help talk about stats and player positioning. We noticed that only the outfielders recently came into play, so we appreciate that, Tim. Thank you.
And we have pitching change number 16. Ben Collins is now warming up for Windsor South, right-handed pitcher.
For Windsor South, number 16, Ben Collins.
Although as I have Tim here, I'm still looking that my right fielder hasn't populated yet, so he's shrugging his shoulders. We're gonna say that it's the tool's fault, not the user.
There you go.
We just like having fun with Tim. I think we should have some guests come in once in a while, Steve, if we get a chance to do this again. I think what we should do is actually have some guest people come in, ask some questions, get their perspective on the game. I think Tim doing the game changer would actually have a great perspective on how this game is going.
We'll get that set up for tomorrow, Chris. Again, if we get asked back. We actually didn't get asked. We just sat here.
It's funny. No one actually asked us to come here today. Right. We kind of just showed up. And then had a seat.
We were here 2 hours early, actually, waiting for the tap on the shoulder, which never happened. But oh well.
Well, we were hoping to do the game earlier, but Nick looked like he was having so much fun.
It's true. It's true.
So yesterday you gave out quite a few shout-outs. So I've noticed no birthdays or nothing today. So I'm going to start out with a shout-out.
All right.
Which I thought my daughter and my wife would be at home watching because she's got a volleyball tournament tomorrow. But I just noticed my wife's here.
I believe your wife is here, yes.
She is here, so.
Where's your daughter's volleyball tournament? Is it local?
It's downtown Toronto, Ashbridges Bay. Yeah.
Very good.
Long day, hot day tomorrow. So wish the girls all luck and hope everyone comes home non-dehydrated. A lot of water.
Very good. That's true. Good advice, Chris. All right. Next up to bat here, we have number 25, Emmett Zahari, looking to receive his first pitch from new pitcher Ben. He settles in and takes ball 1 high. Windsor's really struggled here to find the strike zone in the bottom of the first, giving Oakville the opportunity to score 4 runs. And pitch 2 gets past catcher and it bounces right back to him.
Yeah, there again, the savvy catcher realizes that the springy backstop here, as much as it's not really big, it's big enough that if the ball were to stay back there, there's a chance for the runner to come in. But
got a nice favorable bounce and no harm, no runs scored. 2 balls, no strikes. And Emmett takes strike one. Nice pitch by Ben there to bounce back up to those first two high pitches. See if he can repeat it for strike two. And he takes ball three outside. Bases remain loaded. Oakville Whitecaps 4, Windsor South 1. As Ben settles in here. Looking for the sign. And a walk to Emmett.
We talked about it yesterday, Steve, when a pitcher comes in and runners on base and not many outs. It's tough for these poor kids that come in to do that. But Ben's throwing some good balls here. Just got to find that spot.
Yeah, he definitely he has some good a good delivery, and I think again we touched on this yesterday. It's stressful for these kids. This is the provincial championship, so there's a lot of pressure. Tyler Monroe now up to bat for Oakville, ready to take first pitch, and first pitch swing, the shortstop, and the throw is not in time. Everyone is safe. Another run scores.
Yeah, again, another hit, not hard. Jacob did sort of charge into it, but it looked like he was looking at 3. He gave that sort of pause to 3, and that might have just cost him that chance to go to 1. But
so, Chris, what's the prudent play on that when the bases are loaded? What should he have done, in your opinion?
yeah, I think it was the right play. He took a look, but maybe if you can charge more, realizing the grass is sort of holding it up a little bit more. If you can try to be more aggressive, it just gives you more of an opportunity to get it to 1. Should that play not be there for 3, but. Again, he knew that leadoff at 2 was large.
Yeah.
And when that leadoff is large, you know you got to be quick to go to 3. So your best chance is to get that out, especially when you're dealing with a situation where there hasn't been an out yet. Just get 1, get some momentum, get the team back in here.
That's a good point, Chris. As Clayton, the lineup turns over, Clayton Wintler back up to the plate, takes ball 1. Strike 1. 1 ball and a strike to Clayton.
Clayton recorded a hit in his first at bat.
Ben pitches from the stretch. And Heath will pass ball perhaps, and again, catcher Tyler doing a great job of gathering up the ball. 2 balls and a strike.
That was a good block.
Good block. Ball 3. Definitely making catcher Tyler work for his water tonight.
Yeah.
He's been all over the place, doing a great job behind the plate.
Nope.
And it gets by him for ball 4. Another run comes in for Oakville. Their heads are starting to go down, Chris, it looks like, for Windsor South here. They need to record an out.
Yeah, I think they need that 1. Just focus on any out, get an out, get some momentum, get back in it, and you never know. You just get out the bats, and it just takes 1 inning to get back into it.
That's right. Next up to bat, Ewan Carberry. And a first pitch ball. Settles in to deliver ball 2. Looked to be a little high, but could have been a little outside too.
Looking forward to seeing how the park and the video here from Humber College, the Humber Sports Network, looks at night. Beautiful setup here.
As Ewan takes strike 1, 2 balls and a strike. Maybe Ben's finding the zone here, Chris, I hope.
Yeah, it'd be great just to get a little momentum to allow the team to come back into it.
Mm-hmm. You don't like to see anyone struggle for too long.
No.
And Ewan takes a hard cut. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Ewan. Still no out. And ouch. Takes one between the shoulder blades there.
Yeah, he looks like he's okay. Ewan's a big guy. I think it just raised it off the side off his back there, hustled down. You know there's no intent at this level, at this time of the game here. He just wants to get him across the plate. So it's unfortunate it came inside. Another run came in, and we got Connor coming up to bat now. So
I think Ben was maybe looking for that strikeout. I don't think he's had 2 strikes on a Oakville batter yet. So anyways, next up, Connor Waters. Little outside, ball 1. And Ben finds his own for strike 1. 1 ball and a strike. Here in the bottom of the first inning in Oakville, Ontario. Really has started to brighten up here tonight. Gorgeous night.
yeah, we were a little worried as we came to the beginning of the game. There was some clouds coming. We knew there was a storm surrounding us, but it looked like it just went right by us. And the sun's out, and it's beautiful here now.
For those of you at home, what would you say, 50, 60 people here, Chris, watching?
Yeah, I'm impressed again. Yeah. Another
good turnout.
The stands are full, almost on one side, and backstop is full.
As the ball gets by catcher Tyler.
I can only imagine if people didn't have the opportunity to watch this streaming live on the Humber Sport Network, how many more people would be here at the park.
I think, Chris, you're right. Perhaps in the hundreds, maybe even thousands. You never know.
Well, we'll know tomorrow how many people are watching to clue into that.
This may or may not go viral, I think. As Connor takes a hard cut at that. Infield fly. Batter is out, and the runners remain on their respective bases. Willem O'Reilly back up to the plate. And it looks like we're going to have perhaps another pitching change.
Yeah, if game changer and Tim King, our coordinator, is correct, that would be 20 pitches. So
20 pitches, okay.
That threshold allows the pitcher then to operate again tomorrow. I'll pitch again tomorrow. If he went over 20 and below 35, he'd have to take 1 night's rest, meaning tomorrow he wouldn't be able to pitch. So a strategy from the Windsor team here to make sure they're keeping some of the pitchers for the games going forward.
That's right. It is a long tournament, so there's where the strategy definitely comes into play.
Yeah, a lot of people probably don't realize the amount of strategy that's involved in this. It's not just baseball. When you think about the lineups and the reserves, and when you play the reserves, the special runner rule. The special runner rule, I heard earlier from Nick explain it. It's a situation where you can substitute any runner from the bench only once, that one runner once, but you can't do it more than twice in a game.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't aware of that rule. So that was interesting when Nick was talking about that earlier today, because it puts a lot of strategy when you want to use it in the game. Because we all know that we got some players that might not be as fast, or some that might be just that much faster than others that you want to take advantage of.
We have our announcer, John Sweeney, president of Oakville Little League, announcing 50-50 draw, I believe, Chris. Is that right?
I think they got some items to auction over there. I think there's a Roberto Alomar shirt signed, and some other things that we should probably go take a look at before we start commenting what's there and not there.
Perhaps we need to sign a couple shirts, Chris. I'm sure they might be hot ticket items.
You know, after this week, there's a good chance. I think if we do it now, they'll only go up in value every day.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tim King joining us again.
Pitcher. We have a pitching change here again for the Windsor South, and we have pitcher number 24, Cole Gorham, it looks like.
Yeah, we're going to apologize up front for. Oh no, Yeah, it looks like Gorham. We're going to apologize up front for any name we don't get correct. I feel bad. I'm not good at names, and it's something that I always try hard on, but I seem to fail more often than not. So that's our disclaimer right now. I'll do it for you as well, just in case. I know you're quite good on those.
And Cole has an interesting delivery here, Chris. It's almost a hybrid submarine delivery. You don't see that every day for sure.
No, it's something to get used to.
Yeah. We'll see how the Oakville batters respond to this delivery.
Maybe that's why they ask you and I to do these games, so because we know all the Oakville Whitecaps names quite well, so it's only half the teams we don't get.
It's true. It's not because of our we're keeping our day jobs, in other words. And Willem swings at the first pitch, and it's foul ball down the third base line. No balls and a strike.
We should give out our Twitter handle soon.
I was thinking definitely at the bottom, at the end of the first, that would be an appropriate time to do so. I'm sure the fans at home are anxiously waiting. And Willem takes strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Pitchers.
You're right on the release. It's something when you look at, it's not something you see every day coming out of it. It's a bit of a side submarine, right?
And he swings at the third pitch for another infield, 2 in a row. 2 infield flies in a row. Everyone remains on their bases. Batter out.
You don't see that too often.
No.
You know, we watch a lot of ball games, and I know these are young kids, but often you don't. That's like the 4th infield fly we've seen.
That's true.
In the 2 games here.
And I don't think all season, Chris, we've seen maybe one.
Maybe one, yeah.
And Oakville batter Jordan takes strike 1. And gets by the wild pitch, gets by catcher Tyler. Runners remain.
So you know Coach Anthony out there is coaching Tyler. You don't want to take risks. You don't want to be that third out at home.
And the delivery. And foul ball.
Yeah.
Look close. The catcher was blocking my view out. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jordan King. Goal for the second straight batters ahead of the count as he settles in. And he gets jammed to short. Let's see if there's a play at first. And a good throw. He's out at first. Bottom of the first, Oakville Whitecaps 8, Windsor South 1.
After 1 inning of play, Oakville 8, Windsor South 1.
And right now is a wonderful opportunity to thank our proud community partners, Arc Health Management and Carruthers Printing.
What's going on? Yesterday you used to do the little blurb, including the actual WW address, the World Wide Web address.
www.archealth.ca for all your health and disability management needs. We had a few questions on what Arc Health actually does, and really, Chris, what we do, what they do.
Who asked those questions, just out of curiosity? Our fans?
Interested fans from coast to coast. Perhaps I'll save that for the bottom of the second inning. What do you think? Should we announce our Twitter handle?
Yeah, we employed some younger kids who knew how to do that.
That's right.
And,
yeah.
They created us a Twitter handle account.
Yeah.
Not that I know how to do it. or use it. So basically, if anything comes in, I'll be able to read it. I think that's about it.
I think you're right. I fumbled my way to create an account when I heard that we had one. It is Steve and Chris 6.
It's at Steve and Chris 6. So apparently there was 5 others before us.
Oh, was there?
Well, I'm assuming
I guess so. Yeah,
if 6
right.
was the number that came up. So.
So any questions? We'll be happy to field these.
We've employed a couple of fact checkers, Google fact checkers, but I don't see them anywhere around right now.
They might be on break. And that was a long bottom half of the inning, so pitcher Justin Abbott is getting re-warmed up as Windsor comes up to bat number 8.
We can't forget to thank Humber Sports and Humber College on being able to provide the capability to video or provide the video streaming of these games.
Yeah.
Nick and Jay are both here helping us again, providing the technical support and then teaching us what we can and can't do.
I also understand we might have some drone technology tomorrow coming in play.
We were excited about potential replays.
That's right.
I wasn't sure the drone was coming.
Yeah. Oh, I think that I hope I didn't let the cat out of the bag, but everyone needs to come in. Stay tuned tomorrow. I'll get confirmation on that later on.
Yeah, no, I think that would be fantastic.
Yeah. And as the number 8,
Jacob
Sadler. 2 balls, no strikes. Little low, ball 3. As Justin trying to find the strike zone here. Settles in, gets the sign. And he finds the strike zone for strike 1. 3 balls and a strike to Jacob.
So we just had Mr. John Sweeney join us. He's the president of Oakville Little League. But I also realized he's actually the tournament chairman. I wasn't aware of that. So John, thank you again for your tireless volunteer opportunity.
We're definitely going to have to get John for an on-field interview. We have a few questions for him.
I think so. Yeah. I think we want to hear more about how the dinner went last night. There was the player dinner.
Absolutely.
I heard it went quite well. A lot of prizes.
What do you think was on the menu last night?
I heard it was pasta and chicken.
You sure it wasn't Domino's Pizza?
Oh, it should have been. When you think about it, it should have been.
As Jacob draws a walk, and he steals second, and the throw down to second is not quite in time. Nice strong throw by catcher Clayton.
Yeah, Jacob got a good lead off that one there. I don't think Clayton had too much of a chance.
Now up, the pitcher, number 24, Cole. See if he can help himself out here a bit. Advance the runner. No balls and a strike to Cole. High and outside, ball 1.
It's got to be tough for a pitcher after a break like that to get back into his rhythm. I know he's throwing hard. You can see it as it's coming in here. He's got some good velocity. He looks like he's actually feeling good. It's just getting back into that rhythm.
And a comebacker. And he looks the runner back at second. Records out at first. Bit of deja vu, Chris, from the first inning.
Yeah. I like that play. As much as you could have probably gone towards the runner who was caught between second and third in a rundown, you get the sure out. You know, when you think about where you are in the game, early in the game, the score and what it is right now.
Very true, Chris.
And the confidence that this team is showing, I think that was the right play.
Yeah, agreed. We have a substitution now. Number 64, Andrew, now at bat. Justin settles in for the first pitch, and Andrew swings through it for strike 1. Runner on third, 1 out. Oh, he shows bunt, little low, and runner comes home. Oh, what? Some confusion here.
Ah. So Interesting. Let's see if I can dissect this one a little bit.
Yes.
I think there was a pass ball. The pass ball went far enough for the runner, in this case here, Jacob. Jacob was able to steal home, but the batter, in this case here, thought it might have been drop 3. So he hustled down to first. The throw was good as Willem O'Reilly was covering, but it wasn't the 3rd strike.
That's true. The count was 1-1. Just a little aggressive there. I appreciate the tenacity of the batter who just came into the game, so perhaps he's getting his legs under him as he takes ball 2. 2 balls and a strike.
I like it. The Windsor fans are still talking about
absolutely.
A choco with it. No harm, no foul.
That's right. Inside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Seems like Justin's having a little bit of a command issues here. Hopefully he can settle down. Record the second out. And draws a walk. So he does find his way down the first base line. Better late than never, right, Chris?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Next up to bat, number 27, Owen. Runner on first.
I don't know how to respond to those things. Sometimes you just tee me up, and I'm not sure how to fill the air.
By tomorrow night, you'll be all over it. You'll be hitting those out of the park, Chris. Pitch looked good. Little outside, ball 1. Some equipment issues here with catcher Clayton. Settles in.
Is it just me, or is the announcer PA not announcing the batters? I didn't hear the batter's name.
I think we might have to do double duty next. And there was a great jump. So, Chris, I have to ask you, on a jump like that, should the ball still be thrown?
It's a good call. You know what? You never know what the runner's going to do, if he's going to slide in or if he's believing that there's no throw, he's going to take a turn. I don't mind the practice, but at sometimes I think you're right. You don't want to take the risk.
Runner successfully steals second as he takes ball 3. As the wind picks up here in Oakville, cooling it down a little bit. We welcome the fans coast to coast for this Friday night game. Local time, 8:21.
Yeah, we hope you're watching and enjoying this stream by the Humber Sports Network and enjoying a beverage of your choice.
As he draws a walk. 4-pitch walk. And there might be a bit of a conference on the mound here.
Yeah, I would guess this is just a bit of a settling. Take your time.
Oh, looks like we are having a substitution.
I was wrong.
Oh.
So it's the threshold to the 35.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And looks like now we have on the mound number 4, Tyler Monroe. Tyler did pitch yesterday. As Tyler takes his warm-up pitches. Tyler is one of the stronger arms on the team, and probably in the tournament, I would imagine.
Yeah, I haven't been able to see all the teams play, or maybe all the pitchers. I'd be willing to take a bet that Tyler's probably in that top quartile of pitchers. A young man too. This is his first year. He's got a chance to come back next year with this team if
That's
he
right.
chooses.
The Oakville squad could look very strong next year as well. As Tyler continues to warm up, I'll take this opportunity to again announce our Twitter handle at Steve and Chris 6. We welcome all your comments. Hopefully we can do our best to answer them in game.
I hope that between you and I, we can actually see these things come in, because
I was thinking that
people could be sending us stuff now. We have no idea.
We apologize if that's the case. So,
or anyone who would send us stuff, Steve, is actually here in the
probably
fans,
that's
and
right.
I can't hear anything that we're saying right now.
And my daughter's not old enough for a cell phone, so I'm not anticipating hearing anything from her.
I don't think my daughter actually has a Twitter account.
I
don't think that's part of her repertoire.
That's right. So.
And I'm sure she's not at home watching and listening to us right now.
There you go. Oh, we have another fan here visiting us in the broadcast booth. My father-in-law, Mr. Cameron Grout. That's right. He came over to say hello.
We welcome all fans.
All fans. We're very approachable here behind the plate. Steve and Chris. Again, at Steve and Chris 6.
And it's only 6 because 1 through 5 were taken.
That's right. We should. As Tyler settles in for pitch number 1. And a first pitch strike right down the middle. One out. No balls and a strike. And it's popped up. Left field. Nicely caught by outfielder Justin Abbott, it looks like.
Yeah, Justin went out to left field after coming out of the pitching.
2 outs. Runners remain on first and second.
So that's a good spot for Tyler to come in, get a couple of strikes, and then get that out fairly quick to have 2 outs.
That's right.
Knowing that he's got a runner at first and second.
I'm getting confirmation here from one of our fans that we have some tweets, and maybe to check your settings, Chris, to see if you can. And a snap throw down to first. And just underneath. Good throw by catcher Clayton and first baseman Emmett Zahari.
Yeah. Emmett's thinking different than the umpire.
Yeah, that's right. It does happen.
That was a great play. It was keeping the runner on notice that Clayton has actually got an eye on him. Not scared to throw down.
That's right. No balls and 1 strike to Kaylee. And low. Nice block by Clayton. 1-1.
Kaylee got a hit in her first at bat. She's looking for her second one of the night.
And the runner steals third.
Oh,
and
great throw.
Good throw. Just a little underneath. Again, another good jump, Chris.
Yeah, it was a good jump. Had he not had that jump, I think they would have had him. Clayton had a really good throw down there. Thomas was ready for the catch. Let the ball carry to the base versus grabbing and bringing it back. He let it carry to the base.
Everything went well. A little, because of the right-handed batter, I think Clayton had to take that half extra step.
I think you're right. That's a good call. It's more challenging when a catcher's got to go around the batter. That's probably why the coach is a little bit more aggressive when that situation arises, right? Let the runner run when there's a left-handed batter or a right-handed batter.
I think you're right. And on the play also, the runner on first advances to second. And strike 3 is called.
Ladies and gentlemen, we also have a guest, Scott Roberts, who's our U10 Oakville Whitecaps coach. He came by to pay his regards and say hi to us.
And we have the mid-second. We have a run scored by Windsor South. Oakville Whitecaps 8, Windsor 2. Shout out to our sponsors, MCS Cruises.
MSC.
MSC. I really do think I have a bit of a dyslexia. I really apologize.
I don't think
again,
you got a future in this.
I know.
If you got
I really
dyslexia.
don't.
It's kind of hard.
And again, our friends at Domino's.
Actually.
Do you know what it is, Chris? I think we got to switch up the Domino's Pizza because I'm getting so excited to.
Wow, we got the 2 technical producers here. If we ask them, they might be able to flip it for you.
MSC Cruises. I did go online, and they do have Alaskan cruises, believe it or not.
Oh, they got cruises around the world.
They sure do. All inclusive.
They have a couple of new boats or vessels that are coming in. They're just gorgeous. They're I haven't done a cruise yet. I'm claustrophobic, so it's one of those things where I want to test it for one night, not 7 nights, just to.
I can appreciate that.
But I know everyone tells me that when you're on it, it's an experience that you'll never forget.
I've never been on either. It is on my bucket list, so maybe by the end of this tournament, Chris, I'll have one booked and we can let our fans know.
And again, if we have any future in this, next year when they don't call us back, we'll tweet it in to the next 2 individuals who have a chance to talk about this.
Yeah. And we have pitcher number 24 warming up. Cole for his warm-up pitches as we get the bottom of the 2nd inning, getting ready to be underway here. Next up to bat for Oakville, number 6, Thomas Fournier. And the crowds here, Chris, are starting to really fill up now. We have a lot of, as I have my wife and daughter here to visit behind us. Robin and Sydney, dedicated fans to the Oakville Whitecaps. Nice to see you. I think we're getting some tips, but
apparently we're being told that we're being tweeted, but
we do not have a crackerjack IT staff Twitter people here helping us out, Chris.
We need to find an 8-year-old. If we can find an 8-year-old to help us out, that'd be fantastic.
That's right. I think we might have.
I bet you Jay and Nick here know how to do it.
They probably do. We could ask
these young bucks.
I don't know if we could afford them though. These Humber students here. And again, we'd like to thank our friends at Humber Sports for putting this on. Jay and Nick doing a bang-up job with the audio and video. As Thomas digs in to take the first pitch at the bottom of the 2nd inning. Oakville Whitecaps 2, Windsor South, or 8, Windsor South 2. And a first pitch swing, and well hit ball to left field. As Thomas rounds first.
Steve, you'll be happy to know if I did this properly. We have 7 followers.
Number 11, Justin Abbott.
We should challenge our audience to at least double that by the end of this game. And number 11, Justin Abbott, digs in. Thomas gets a nice big lead at first. And he steals. And there's no throw. Thomas still second, standing up.
Good opportunity here for Justin to grab an RBI. Looks like the outfield is playing a strong pull, but a little short.
Yeah, Justin has the opportunity here and the strength to put one over their heads on this depth. And the pitch is outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. We'll get that updated here in a moment. There we go. And Justin takes strike 1. As I'm looking over at the computer here, it looks like pretty high tech. I don't know how these guys are managing all the different tools of the trade here. And it squeaks by the catcher, and Thomas advances to third.
So Steve, sadly, I'm still trying to figure out how to work this Twitter.
I'll pick up the slack here in the commentating here. Chris, if you want to take a second to try to negotiate that. My pleasure. And a hard hit ball down first, gets by the first baseman. And scores a run. And a bobble in right field allows Justin to walk into second base. I would imagine a single and an error. And we have a substitution, number 8, CJ Donnelly now into the game. And a foul ball off the catching helmet. Routinely called foul ball in baseball, for those of you who don't know.
Now you're stretching, Steve.
There you go.
Now you're stretching. I'll come back. We'll find some preteen. Help me figure out Twitter here. Or maybe between innings we'll hook you up on your phone.
Yeah. All right. No balls, 2 strikes to CJ. And he swings for strike 3, but a drop third. And let's see if they can get him at. Oh, nope. And he reaches on the drop third.
It's a good play by Kaylee. As much as the throw was a little off, Kaylee got off the bag and protected the ball first. She prevented a run from scoring on that play.
Well done. Kaylee's a fine ball player. Definitely a high baseball IQ. Okay, and Tyler Monroe now up to bat for Oakville. Runners on the corners. Takes ball 1. And CJ takes off for second, and there's no throw. One ball, 1 strike to Tyler Monroe. And a little inside, high and inside. Takes ball 2. And a pitch is thrown behind the batter, Tyler. Gets snagged by the catcher, Tyler. Three balls and a strike. Runners at second and third. No outs. As he checks the swing, it looks like, and takes strike 2. Count is full. See what Cole has in store here for batter Tyler. And he loses him inside, ball 4. Tyler draws a walk. Bases are loaded with no out. Number 10, Clayton Wintler. Bases loaded, no outs. Ready to take first pitch strike down the middle. And Clayton drives one to center field. Records the out, and center fielder does a good job getting it in, not in time. Clayton with the RBI. CJ remains on second.
Entering the game for Oakville number 16.
Now entering the ball game. Now entering the ball game, number 16, Tyler Ogden. Up to bat with runners on first and second. 1 out. As he checks the signs. We're having some technical difficulties on the Twitter front, ladies and gentlemen, just to give everyone an update.
Yeah, sadly we have to find. So we apologize to all our fans who are sending us in tweets and commentary that we can't see them right now.
We'll have to, we'll get this figured out by the end of the tournament, Chris, I'm sure, as Tyler shows bunt and allows CJ to steal third. And slow roller to, oh. There we go. Slowly developed play there, but they do record the out at first, and CJ scores. Now up, number 15, Connor Waters. Runner on third base. One ball, no strikes to Connor. As Cole settles in, gets the sign. Ball 2.
So Steve, it was a valiant effort on my part, if I might say, trying to get onto Twitter to see this. I failed miserably.
I think and throw, oh, a nice job by catcher Tyler to block that ball. Thrown behind Connor. I think the Twitter, Chris, is just a little outside our skill set here between ourselves. We're going to hope for the best, though, and get this figured out. And a walk. 4-pitch walk. Next up to bat for Oakville seems to be some delay. Number 3, Willem O'Reilly.
Number 3, Willem O'Reilly.
Does there happen to be a mercy, Chris, before 5 innings?
You know, I believe it's 15 after 4, 10 after 5.
Okay. And the pitch again, a little behind the batter. Runner advances to second. Runners at second and third. And strike 1. Evens the count to 1-1. Outside for ball 2. Okay. A little high for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike to batter Willem.
35.
That was the announcer announcing that the pitcher has just thrown his 35th pitch.
Windsor has definitely gone through a few pitchers today. As Willem, high fly ball. Oh, a little bit of miscommunication perhaps in left field.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate incident. He was there, he was ready, and he might have heard something. Maybe the communication was missing in the sense that he heard him but didn't realize that he wasn't going to grab the ball.
That's right.
It's so important at this age for these kids to talk. We've seen so many situations of close proximity of kids running into each other. We've actually, I think you and I have witnessed, I think you and I coached one year, we saw 2 of our players run into each other.
That's right, Chris, yes.
Luckily, no one was seriously injured, but it's one of those things where just the communication is something that allows that not to happen. And when the ball's in the outfield like that, if it's in left field, it is the left fielder's ball. I know everyone says that center field can overrule, but if it's literally in your area and you're running forward, that's your ball. And if the ball is actually closer to infield, outfield, and if the infielder thinks it's his, the outfielder, he's the one that takes charge. If an outfielder calls off an infielder, that's because he has a better chance. He's running in at it. The infielder should concede and move away, not just stand there.
All good points, Chris. That ball was so unfortunate for Windsor because it would seem to be right in his glove for the to record the third out. nonetheless, 2 outs, runner on first. And Willem takes second, unattested.
So on that play, we should also kudos to the Oakville team, because on 2 outs they ran. The runner from second made it home on that play, because they knew on 2 outs you just run, you just go, and Connor did that from second base coming in.
We have 1 ball and 1 strike to Jordan King. And a chopper to short. And pulls off the base. Safe. Advances Willem O'Reilly to third base.
Now batting number 6, Thomas Fournier.
Now up to bat, number 6, Thomas Fournier. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. I suspect we'll probably see a first pitch steal here from Jordan. And there he goes. As Thomas sees strike 1. And ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Thomas. And again, thrown a little behind as Willem comes and successfully steals home on the wild pitch, advancing Jordan to third. Very aggressive running by Willem, one of the faster players on the Oakville Whitecaps.
Yeah, Willem, you know, when you look at it and appreciate the score, and you never really want to be in a mercy position, but I think what Oakville might be doing here is if you can get to 15 before 4, what you're arguably doing is not trying to run up the scores, you're trying to save pitchers.
Yeah.
Pitchers are so valuable in a tournament when you're playing up to 6-7 games. So I hope people don't think that you're just being aggressive just to run up the score. It truly is to try to conserve pitchers by trying to reduce the amount of innings you play.
As Thomas settles in here for 2 balls and a strike. And the ball gets by catcher Tyler again. Jordan remains on third. Wind up. And a little outside. Thomas draws a walk.
Yeah, I feel a little bit for Cole. I think he started off well. I think there was a couple of chances to get out of this inning. So he's been throwing a lot more pitches than I think he should be throwing right now.
That's right.
He needs a little bit of support out there from his teammates, and I know they're all trying hard.
And now up to bat, number 11, Justin Abbott. And he sees ball 1 as Thomas walks into second base. And he looks at ball 2, 2-0.
I'm getting text messages now to check our Twitter account, Steve. So for all those listening in, we're trying.
And Justin takes ball 3. Runners remain at second and third. Thomas Fournier with a rather large lead at second. Looking for Justin to make some sort of contact with 2 outs. And he takes strike 1. 3-1 is the count. Oh, and there's a hit to left center field. Stand-up double, clears the bases from Justin.
That was nice contact. What Justin did there is actually the ball was outside and he went with the pitch. He didn't try to pull it. And it was a well-struck ball over left fielder's head.
CJ gets up for the second time this inning. And CJ hits it to the shortstop, and the throw is in time for out number 3. Long inning for the Windsor South. Oakville Whitecaps 16, Windsor South 2.
After 2 balls in the play, scoring Oakville 16, Windsor South 2.
And I think we have them Cash Family Baseball fans as a proud community partner for the Oakville Little League, as well as Road Air, the art of reliability. As Oakville takes the field for the top of the 3rd inning. Looks like pitcher Tyler Monroe remains in the ball game. New catcher number 16, Tyler Ogden. And it looks like Clayton Wintler stays in the ball game at shortstop or 3rd. It's hard for me to tell.
I would suggest he's 3rd with Jordan out there. Jordan's probably playing the 5 spot. Clayton's going to grab.
There you go. I didn't see. I got blocked out by the post here, Chris.
Looks like CJ is now in left field. Thomas is in center with Justin now moving over to right field. Connor's grabbed first and Willem stays at 2nd.
And I think do we have success, Chris, with the Twitter?
I don't want to get too excited here.
All right, as Tyler Monroe has successfully warmed himself back up. Windsor South, number 16, Ben Collins, first up to bat.
And for Windsor South, number 16, Ben Collins.
So we have the dynamic duo of Tyler and Tyler, the pitching-catching combination. And a nice hit and a nice play by 3rd baseman Clayton Wintler to record the out at 1st. Next up, number 9, the catcher Tyler Trudell. We have catcher Tyler, pitcher Tyler, and batter Tyler. You don't see that every day, Chris.
No, you don't.
I wish we could tweet that out, actually, but oh well. Next time.
Give me a chance. Yeah. We might have success here.
And the wind up, and he takes strike 1 on a nice fastball down the middle. And he settles in. And hard cut. Fouls it off for strike 2. Oh, 2 pitch coming up from Tyler Monroe. And a comebacker right up back to the soft toss to 1st.
I would say that was a rainbow.
That was a rainbow, yeah.
A rainbow. You don't see rainbows too often. You see pitchers underhanded more often, but you don't see a rainbow like that. As the announcer gets away from the catcher. Perhaps he needs to concentrate more in the ball game than the announcers, but we'll have that conversation later. All right, next up to bat here. Maybe we should give you the Humber Sports Network Twitter account, so if they have complaints about the announcing today, they could take it up with the Humber Sports Network team.
First pitch strike to Trevor. Tyler's really finding that zone today. I don't think he's had a ball. Oh, hard hit ball to second base off the glove of Willem O'Reilly. Well hit baseball. That was a real challenge for him to gather up that baseball. I'm sure he's frustrated, but it was a well hit baseball. Now number 8, Jacob. And the throw back to first. A little off the mark, but Connor Waters, first baseman, did a good job to corral that ball in. As he settles in for the first pitch of this at-bat. And again, he throws over.
Oh.
And he gets record the out. And you don't see that every day at this age. That was,
that was a good move. I think there was two things. I think the good footwork on Tyler, but more importantly, it was a bullet. He threw that ball as if he was pitching, and I think that's the key.
Absolutely.
It's a risk reward. If you miss, then there's a good chance the runner goes to 2. But Tyler's proven pretty confident tonight. I think he's come in with a lot of confidence on his arm today. Oh, we have replay.
We have replay on this. We're going to. I think. Wait a second here. We're going to introduce some replay here and watch this step off and throw. Wow,
yeah,
straight through. And Chris, you're absolutely right. It was footwork was excellent, and he had a bullet there back to first.
I don't know if I'm more impressed with the pickoff player or that we've got replay. We called replay yesterday, and the team delivered. They brought it to the table today. And you called for the drone tomorrow? I can't wait for tomorrow now. Tomorrow's going to be a fantastic
just a second, Chris. MSC Cruises. There we go. Third time's a charm. Followed by our friends at Domino's Pizza.
So we're happy to say we're on Twitter.
Wonderful. Things are really looking up for us here in Oakville.
It's all called about momentum. There's a Twitter handle, PK Junk, that's following us. He's actually thrown us a question. Yes, no longer in the first inning, so we'll bypass that one. But he's actually thrown us a really good question. He's actually asked, what's more rare, an unassisted triple play or perfect game?
That's a good one. I would say, personally, a perfect game. Do you think?
I'm trying to think of an unassisted triple play.
Yeah.
The rarity of how you are probably going to have to catch and tag probably a mix-up of runners and how they advance themselves.
Well, first of all, you rarely see even a triple play. So I would think the last one that comes to mind was in my opinion, the blown call in 1993. Blue Jays, Devon White, Kelly Gruber. I'd still lose sleep over that one.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tim King's joined us again. He's checking in to make sure that the scorekeeping on the unofficial scorekeeping is up to par. Everything looking good, Tim?
Missing.
I think PK Junk, if you can, at PK Junk, if you can come back with your view on that, I think that'd be much appreciated. I'm going to go with the unassisted triple play.
Okay, that's a good. Listen,
see if you're going to go with the perfect game.
Hey, one of us is going to be right.
And let's just say PK Junk is the tying vote. Break the tie.
We do have a pitching change here. We have the former catcher. His arm must be extremely tired right now. Number 9, Tyler Trudell, is now on the bump for Windsor.
So I'm just catching up on a couple of tweets here. So Pete P is watching from Windsor, and he's happy that he's able to watch it via the Humber Sports Network. So we're happy to be able to have this opportunity for all those who couldn't make it out. And yes, best of wick for the Windsor Blue Sox. Yeah. Go Zane.
I'm a big fan of the city of Windsor, so I have a lot of dear friends that reside there, so we'll get down there soon to visit. And first pitch to Tyler, and he gets hit, unfortunately, right in the meat of the back. No harm. There's some interesting trivia. Who's the most hit Oakville Whitecap? Chris, who would you say?
You know what? There was a time, Tyler might have surpassed it, but Thomas Fournier was hit he's been hit 4 times
Has he?
so far this year. But Tyler M might actually be close, and Clayton is going to be my other top guess.
And Clayton Winsler now up to bat. No out. Run first. And Clayton takes strike one. And easy strike two. I think the strike zone now, Chris, is expanded just a little bit based on the score, perhaps.
Yeah, I think it's normal.
Yeah.
These umpires understand the
Oh,
game.
yeah.
Seasoned umpires, all these umpires are seasoned umpires. They
And Clayton swings through strike three as Tyler successfully steals second base.
Yeah, sorry, all these umpires are seasoned. They do all levels up to senior. And it's important to mention that at the provincial level here, these tournaments, they are volunteer.
That's right, Chris.
They are not paid for these games, so we appreciate them all coming out and supporting this tournament.
Next up to bat, number 16, Tyler Ogden.
Number 16, Tyler Ogden.
He settles in here. Tyler Monroe takes a big lead at second. And he takes strike one.
So, Steve, any relation to this Ogden up here?
I might know who he is. He might reside in my my house here. Tyler's definitely struggled this year at the plate.
Well, Tyler's shown good there's contact on the ball. It's just getting it into these spots, getting into the openings.
Yeah, he's we're trying to work on some timing and getting through the baseball, keeping his head on it. Yeah. Look good, little outside for ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Tyler. Tyler Monroe stays at second. And pop up to center field and gathered in by the center fielder to record the second out. Tyler just got under it.
Yeah, so again, contact again, but just got under it. Couldn't find that open spot.
That's number 15, Connor Waters.
Connor Waters now up to bat. Number 15. And hard hit ball right up the middle, nicely gathered in by the shortstop. Unlucky throw over to first. Tyler Monroe scores on the error.
Yeah, that was a hard hit ball, cleanly picked up. I think the shortstop had time, just an unfortunate, pulled the first baseman off the bag.
That's right. Sometimes you forget you do have a little more time than you think with this 60-foot base pad.
90.
90, you're right.
90. Yeah, a little bit longer than 60, actually.
I went the last hour and a bit with no mistakes, Chris, until then.
I didn't mean to call you out on that. But it's
as soon as I said it, though, I knew it.
Important to bring up because a lot of these Little League teams, they might be playing at a 50-70 or 55-70 distance. Oakville, as the host team, has been playing most of this year at the 60-90 level, so they're, as the host gets to choose the length of the bases and the pitching's length, they opted for the 60-90.
You mentioned that yesterday, and my follow-up question to that, Chris, is whatever team wins this tournament and goes to Nationals, what field size do they play in the Nationals in Lethbridge?
That's a very good question. I know Lethbridge continues to be the host each year. Mm-hmm. We'll actually follow up on that. That's a really good question. We'll ask the Oakville team. They've had the opportunity to be out there in previous years. I don't think they made it last year, but the years before they had a chance to grow it. So I'm gonna guess it's 60-90.
Maybe one of our Twitter followers can do a little fact check on that as well.
You know what? I think our Twitter followers now become our fact checkers.
There you go.
The poor girls, the young girls that we hired who were our Google checkers, they've disappeared.
As the sun sets in Oakville, gorgeous night. Local time just after 9 o'clock for our friends on the West Coast. Two balls, no strikes to number 3, Willem O'Reilly. And he takes strike 1. And the 2-1 pitch, soon to be on its way. The low, 3-1. Three-one pitch on its way, and Willem fights it off.
So another Twitter question. Mike Fraser at Mike Fraser 314 is wondering if Emmett, the number 25 for Oakville, is available as a closer today. I have him in my fantasy league team. Sorry to disappoint you, Mike. Emmett yesterday threw about 45 pitches, so he's unavailable for today's game. He needs a night's rest.
Now, Chris, I'm seeing some lightning in the left field here. I'm not sure what the ruling is, how far it has to be, but there is lightning in the area here, just to let our fans know.
So our fans can take shelter.
That's right. As we sit in a big giant
Well, I think if you look on the screen,
yeah.
right, like what you're looking at is, I think, left field. We see some clouds and they're pushing away. So if you're actually on screen looking at it, the left field clouds are going towards center field. Behind us is clear skies. So.
And Willem fights off. Count remains full.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but usually the protocol is if seen or heard and thought to be within distance, there's a 30-minute curfew.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah. And that's what happened earlier today in the first game. They heard some thunder as the storm was coming through. The thunder came in, and the 30-minute curfew ended up being about 2 hours.
And a really good at-bat here by Willem. Nice battle between pitcher and batter.
That's a great battle.
A nice quality at bat by Willem. As the runner takes third on ball 4. Willem wins the battle, draws the walk, runners on the corners. Next up to bat, number 5, Jordan King.
That was a good pick by the catcher, number 25.
Again, saved another run.
Trevor, yeah, he definitely, I think he did.
Yeah.
Because the momentum, and that's Connor. Connor's a really aggressive runner. Oh, Connor got caught.
Yeah. And a classic rundown. Little miscue here, and everyone advances, and Connor scores.
Yeah, I think Connor's lucky on that one there. I think Coach Anthony will probably have a bit of a discussion, knowing that they haven't been thrown down on any steals, going down to 2 so far tonight. I think the catcher had him dead in his rights. He had him. Unfortunate that they overthrew it on the rundown, but Connor got away with one.
He got away with it. Does happen.
And then we should have a heads-up play there, as Willem, as he recognized where the play was, actually ended up on third. So from first to third on that play.
It's good aggressive base running by Willem, for sure. As Oakville increases its lead. Oakville Whitecaps 18, Windsor South 2. 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd inning. And Jordan swings through strike 1. Oh, strike 2. My apologies. And he takes ball 1 low. And hard hit ball just over the second baseman. Dropped in for a solid base hit by Jordan. Took that pitch the other way. Nice piece of hitting.
Now at that number 6, Thomas Fournier.
Yeah, Jordan's having a good night tonight. That was another well-hit ball. I'm not sure if he played. He obviously took the outside pitch and pushed it out there, being a right-handed batter. According to my scorekeeping, it looks like he's 3 for 3, but I usually am more generous than maybe the official scorers.
Runner on first, 2 outs. First pitch to number 6, Thomas Fournier. Takes ball 1. Outside for ball 2.
So Ben, we mentioned anyone who follows Game Changer, the Oakville Whitecap team does do the updates. If you want to search it, it's the Oakville Whitecaps 14U. If you search that team, you'll see the 2019 version, and you'll be able to follow all the games here that the Whitecaps are playing in. Updates, live updates. And we thank both Tim King and Scott Wendler, usually the two individuals who partake in updating this for us. And we as parents couldn't thank them any more for when we can't make the games, we're able to
That's
follow
right. They're doing yeoman's work.
the team and the kids.
As Thomas swings through strike 1 and draws a walk. Advancing Jordan to second as Justin Abbott comes to the plate.
So Steve, you mentioned yesterday it was your wife's birthday. We many people came by and congratulated her on her birthday. So how was dinner last night? Did you go to Domino's at the end of the day?
We did not go to Domino's, unfortunately. Much to my chagrin, I wanted to go, but because it was my wife's birthday, she got to pick, and we had Asian food.
Oh, very nice.
We don't often have dinner just the two of us without the kids, so we decided to do something that they definitely would not like.
And on the way home, you supported the sponsor by bringing a pizza home for the kids.
That's right, we did do that actually, Chris.
Very nice.
I should put that in. As Justin takes strike 1. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd. And a hard cut for strike 2.
You might recall last at bat for Justin, there was a pitch outside and he was able to drive that out in left field. It was a nice hit out in the left field, scored 2 RBIs.
And a little inside. Or 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners stay put. The 1-2 pitch about to be on its way. Got away from the catcher there, but done a nice job of keeping it in front of him. Runners do not advance. You don't see a whole lot of left-handed catchers, Chris.
No, it's a bit of a rarity.
Yeah.
I can appreciate the challenges when you're sort of throwing. Majority, well, I'm not going to say majority. Often you see more right-handed batters than left coming out. So a bit of the mechanics relative to a right-handed catcher being able to come out of the stands and throw.
And Justin swings through strike 3 for the strikeout. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Oakville Whitecaps 19, Windsor South 2.
Well, we got a replay, ladies and gentlemen. I can't be more excited. I think we're going to get one now every inning.
Let's see where this takes us. Replay as the Oakville Whitecaps take the field. Well hit ball by Jordan.
You can see that he actually, what I like about it is that it's a batter that didn't want to pull the ball. The ball was outside, so he went with the ball and pushed it out there. It's something at this age I think more and more kids are appreciating and realizing that. Younger kids often just swing so hard, they open up their hips and they just pull the ball so often. We've seen a couple of good instances here with Justin, Jordan, some others where they're actually going where the ball, let the ball travel. We call it let the ball travel. The ball's on the outside, let it travel, push it out that way.
As the Tyler Monroe, Arc Health Management Solutions of Canada. Shout out to them. for all your health and disability management needs. Return to work experts in the field of disability management. And Carruthers Printing, proud community partner.
And we continue. I have to give a shout out to Humber College and HSN, the Hawk Sports Network. We got Jay and Nick here, who again continue to help us provide you.
They're making us look good, Chris.
You know, it's everyone gets to see what we do here, but they don't hear after all the things we did wrong.
There you go. And Tyler Monroe remains on the mound, getting ready to first pitch. The number 8, strike.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as much as the wind's picking up a little bit.
Yeah.
I heard Nick before, that wind as it comes across the microphones here might sound like thunder. I assure you it's not. Just the breeze has picked up, which is actually quite nice.
You know, when it's been 40 degrees all day or most of the day, it is nice to get cooled down a bit by the breeze. And 1-1, pitch, and strike 2. As you can maybe hear the snap of the glove, Tyler Monroe does have one of the more lively arms on the team. And strike 3 as they go around the horn.
See, we've been given a heads up by your lovely wife on Twitter that we now have 7 followers, and they are not all related to you.
Oh, that's classic.
We love Robin.
Yeah, that's right.
Robin's good people.
And strike 1 to number 24, Cole.
I don't think we're going to hit our quota, though. We were asking for doubling it up by the end of the game. It's slowed down quite quickly.
That's number 31. My apologies.
We had a substitution.
Yeah, we did. I think that's Zane. My apologies to Zane. It's hard for us to see the numbers here, and it's getting dark. And pitch is a little high for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
If I remember correctly, I think it was Pete. Pete in Windsor was giving a shout out to Zane.
That's right. Little inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As Zane digs in. And Zane swings through. Strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Tyler. We have number 26, Lincoln, now up to bat. For strike 1. Tyler's really found the zone here today, that's for sure.
Yeah, we mentioned before, he's when he has his confidence, I think he's unbeatable. We've seen some great pitching outings from Tyler this year.
And roller to first, and a little bit of a miscue there. The idea was right. Those are the kind of plays you don't get too many of them in the ball game at this age, I guess, but.
Yeah, you know, it is the right play. Connor at first base, he's got to charge in for that ball, right? He called off Tyler, so there's good communication there. Willem came from far over, so he had a long way to go, but it was just the underhand toss. And often kids, when they threw the underhand toss, they become rainbows versus sort of darts. They want to aim towards the lettering on the shirt.
Yeah. And strike 1. To number 58, Ryan. And strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Oakville Whitecaps 19, Windsor South 2. And snap throw down to first, a little low. Nice job by Connor to block that ball so it didn't get by.
Yeah, did we mention the switching at catcher position?
We did.
We did?
We did, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was, could have been the second inning even, or the third. I don't.
That's a good point.
And
Another great block.
Nice block.
That's a great block. You don't see that often in this tournament. We've watched a couple of games here now. We've seen a lot of tournaments this year, Steve. Not a lot of kids like Clayton and Tyler are blocking balls like these guys do here.
They're probably two of the better catchers in this tournament, and we have seen a lot of good. You say that, we miss a pick, and it gets by him on the wild pitch.
Yeah, I think we've seen a lot of good catchers in different facets. We've seen smart catchers, we've seen aggressive catchers. I think Clayton and Tyler show the proficiency of blocking and understanding what a block means to sort of holding runners. And it gets more and more important when you get into games that are closer in scores.
Absolutely. And a throw down. And the throw down to third. Tyler to Clayton records the out.
That was a very good throw by Tyler. And Tyler, even in that, was avoiding the batter in that case and still was able to get him out.
I think that was really a function, Chris, of it was a very fast pitch, so it gave him extra time. And that completes the ball game. Oakville Whitecaps 19, Windsor South 2. Mid-4th. We really appreciate having our viewers at home with us. We look forward to being with you again tomorrow. Again, Oakville Whitecaps 19, Windsor South Blue Sox 2. Thanks to Chris Fournier. I'm Steve Ogden. Thanks to our friends Nick and Jay at HSN Network. We'll see you everyone tomorrow. Bye for now.
The game at 29.